Do you feel like sales is something you can acquire, or is it something
Absolutely.
you're born with?
Well, I would say that just like, okay, if you're 6'7", you have a higher potential to be an NBA player, right? Like Jeremy Minor, I think he has a tonality that is like the best I've ever heard. And I don't know if anybody can replicate it as good as him.
Yeah.
But can you get to an 8 out of 10 in sales, and can you acquire that skill? Absolutely. You know, most people, they just think they ascribe sales to like their identity. So it's like, you know, you hope people say, well, you know, Pace, I'm just not a salesperson, right? They're ascribing it to their identity. And they don't think about it like, I mean, if you can learn math, you can learn sales. I'm not saying you can be like the most persuasive person on the planet or something, but you don't have to be me or have to be you to probably make $300,000 to $400,000 in sales. Like you could you could just be a regular person and acquire the skill. So I think people need to think about it as a skill, but so many people, they ascribe their identity to it. Same with building a sales team. I'm just not a sales trainer. Well, it's like, you don't have to be like as good as me. You just have to be the world's best person at selling your thing. That's it, right? It's just your thing. And then you just got to transfer that skill to somebody else and just have basic leadership, you know?
I'm brand new to sales. What should I go sell? And how much money do you think I could make selling that thing in my first year?
The number one thing is I would get in and I would not worry about like the income potential of the position. You just want to first acquire the skill, because income traces skills over time. Right? Like the more skills you build, eventually, once you get into the right opportunity vehicle, it's like a whip shot, it'll come up. And if you have no sales experience whatsoever, the easiest thing to get into, honestly, because it'll also teach you the mindset and the grit, is just door to door. And I wish I would have done that when I started, but I started, you know, my first sales position. And this was after I essentially shut down my agency and I was like, I have no money, I gotta get into sales. We sold lead generation training, but for whatever reason, our target market was real estate agents that were specifically above 60 years old. So, well, I don't know, you know, it's just what we did. And so these people, as you could imagine, were not the easiest to sell.
Hell
and
no.
they would, I don't know if they watched a VSL or how they were getting on the call, but they would not know why they were there. They would not know what this was. They'd be like, I don't know what this is. I don't know how I'm here. Just give me the price. And I'd be like, well, you don't even know what this is. But yeah, so that taught me, and I didn't know what a bad lead was. Like in hindsight, those were pretty bad leads. I just thought these are leads. So I learned how to sell on tough people. But I would get in with something like door to door and just get the experience, get the grit.
So like pest control, alarm, roof, stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. And even like pest control would be perfect. Like that's not too hard. Alarm would be perfect, not too hard. Even roofing, I mean, that's a little bit more aggressive. But if you can figure that out, you can go right in, because roofing is mainly like a sales business for the most part. Because correct me if I'm wrong, most times when they close the transaction, they're subcontracting that.
Every time.
Every single time. So who are the people who are the best at roofing and in solar?
Marketing and sales.
So get in when you're 18, acquire those skills, knock some doors, canvas. Okay, get a little bit good at digital marketing. Next thing you know, you could be 25 and then you got it down and all you got to do is go out there and make it rain and do your own thing. And then you subcontract out the work to somebody else. So you set yourself up, and that's how those skills, even if you only made 50K when you were 18 to 24, you're building all these skills, and then you switch the opportunity vehicle, the income catches up to the skills over time.
I agree with all of that. Yeah, I think that it's an acquired skill for sure. There's definitely people that are natural at it. Like somebody like you're verbose, you're very articulate, you're a storyteller, and I think that's probably a little bit natural to people like you and me. I naturally really like people, and I love being curious about them. So that's a big part of sales, obviously. Other people have a hard time opening up at the beginning, but once you understand the approach and you have the structure to it, anybody can actually do this.
Yeah. And it also depends on the type of sales. So like a consultative sale, like I have a client who helps women who are going through perimenopause with their functional medicine and, get on the right, like HRT and peptides and whatever. That's the type of thing where like, you don't want to be a yipper yapper salesperson, right? Who's super high energy or whatever. But maybe it's door to door. Maybe it's a different thing. Maybe you're making $400 a day. It's also, that can be, so you can kind of match it, similar to how you were saying you match your clients to the type of real estate they should be doing. I think a lot of people getting into sales should map out the type of sales they're doing to their personality. Because some people are really great with just like pounding the dials. Some people are great with door to door. Some people are great with more of a consultative type of approach. Like introverts are really good with the consultative stuff, actually. Like I think it's INTJ. What is it? INTJ, the Myers-Briggs. There's ENTJ.
Yeah.
Okay, INTJs are probably the best archetype of like high ticket closers because they're really good at listening and intuiting.
Asking questions, not being the main person talking.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed this clip, you can check out the full podcast by clicking on the screen right here to check out the full episode.